Hello everyone, Shadow here, and welcome to Mode Select. And today we got a special video for you. Just like last year, we got a top 5 favorite games of 2018 to celebrate the end of the year. And just to go over the rules of this top 5, I'm only going to include games that I started playing in 2018, but not necessarily games that came out in 2018. And remember, this video is 100% opinionated, so if your favorite video game of 2018 isn't on this list, then make sure to put it down in the comments and let me know what you most enjoyed this year. But anyway, let's get on with the list. Number 5. And to start off this list, my number 5 spot goes to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. But specifically, Let's Go Eevee, because that's the one I bought and is also clearly the superior version. Don't at me. But boy, does this game have a lot of charm. Not only does this game have the most beautifully rendered graphics of all the Pokemon games so far, but you can also encounter Pokemon out in the overworld, and that just makes the game so much more full of atmosphere and beauty. And along with that, you have the following Pokemon mechanic back again, so that's always fun to do. And with the Pokemon in the overworld, it's made shiny hunting so much more fun than it used to be. It's no longer just a mindless grind, and now you can actually interact with the overworld shinies once you see them, and you don't just have to randomly guess or just randomly encounter until it eventually appears, just so that you can reset the game right on top of your shiny because you weren't paying attention to it. But the reason why it's only in my number 5 spot is because this game didn't really do all that much to feel new. It just feels like the original yellow version, and I would have much preferred it to battle Pokemon for XP instead of having to catch every single Pokemon just to grind my other Pokemon, which is a huge money spend on Pokeballs. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. Number 4. And for the 4th spot on this list, I know this game came out in 2017, but I didn't get a Nintendo Switch till 2018, so it had to wait till this year. But anyway, it's none other than The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now this game was a load of fun. I love how in this game you can basically be as creative as you want. There's so many possibilities on what you can do in this game, whether it be solving puzzles or how you want to traverse the overworld. You can even be creative in how you want to dispatch those pesky enemies. The only limits to this game is how big your imagination really is. But I didn't only enjoy this game for its multiple shenanigans, but I also enjoyed it for its horses. I really liked how the horse mechanics were in this game, how you had to go find a wild horse and tame it and then bring it back to a stable to make it your own horse. And the stable guys have really funny things to say if you come back riding on something that is not a horse. But sadly they won't let you saddle it, which is kind of disappointing, but oh well, horses only, I guess. Though the reason why this game isn't higher up on this list is because, well, when it comes to Zelda games, I usually enjoy one that focuses on a deep and evolving story. And I also really like the unique dungeons and unique weapons that you got throughout the games, which in this game, nothing really felt as unique, I guess. And the story was just go and fight Ganon and rescue Zelda, which is fine, because it's more like the original Zelda games, which gave you an open way on how you want to do things and just beat Ganon. But for me specifically, I more enjoy Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. But anyway, the game was still amazing, and let's take that to go on to the next one on the list. Number 3. And for the number 3 spot on this list, we've got none other than Monster Hunter World. Now, I'm not normally into online games. I'm more of a single-player game kind of guy. But I do often miss the old days when I used to get together online with my friends and play some games together. But boy, did this game bring that back for me. Oh my god, I had so much fun with all my friends, including Skull and Joe, as you've seen in our Monster Hunter videos. But oh my god, this was definitely one of the funnest games I played this year. If you're looking for a multiplayer game to play with your friends and you like fighting giant monsters and hunting them down, then this is clearly the perfect game for you. And yeah, there's so much things you could do in this game, like use a slingshot to shoot at the monsters to get their attention, and there's a variety of different weapons you can use, ranging from swords to bows to guns to axes, you name it. And it's so much fun to just track down those monsters and beat them to death just to get their materials to upgrade your armor. And the monster designs are just so gorgeous. This game almost makes you feel bad for killing these majestic beasts. In fact, I think you should probably feel bad for doing that, considering it's only for upgrading armor and not for sustenance in any way. But anyway, as much as it's animal cruelty to play this game, kind of, it's still fun as hell. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. And now we have reached the halfway point of the video, where I will remind you that if you're enjoying the video so far, you should subscribe to our channel and ring the bell icon if you want to get notified for each of our videos. But for now, let's move on to the next one on the list. Number 2. Oh boy, now it's getting interesting. And for my second spot on this list, it's none other than a game that came out just a few weeks ago, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Not only does this one game encompass most of the stuff that's on this list, but it also brought back a lot of good things from previous Smash Bros. Games. Like every single character that's ever been in the game before. They even brought back tournament mode, which was oddly not there in Smash 4. But I guess RIP the home run contest, that didn't make it in, but it was a worthy sacrifice for all of the content that they gave us with this. They even included a story mode, which was really fun and really interesting with the intricate battles that they put in there. Though I wouldn't say it's as good as Brawl Story, but it's better than no story, which all of the other games don't have. Oh, and spoiler warning for those who have not completed the story of Smash Bros. Ultimate yet, so skip about 10 seconds from here. But anyway, so skip right now. You get to play as freaking Master Hand near the end of the story and just slap around a huge load of fighters. Oh my god, it felt so amazing. But yeah, getting that spoiler out of the way, I really enjoy the classic mode in this game. It feels very different from the other classic modes. Before it was just, you know, go through some guys and some tests and then you fight Master Hand or whatever new version like Master Core. But now they have a lot of very unique bosses that multiple characters can fight instead of Master Hand. Like, I did classic mode with Link and fought Demon Pig Ganon at the end of the classic mode instead of a Master Hand, which was just so epic. But yeah, ever since this game came out, I had a load of fun with it, with my friends and family, and it was just so perfect over the holidays to play this game with my friends and family, and it just fits so well in the Christmas mood. It was just amazing to just have all of us play one game. It plays up to 8 players. It's just so convenient for a whole family to just all play one thing. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble, so let's just move on to the next one. And now for our honorable mentions. And for our honorable mentions, I'll give a quick shout out to a couple games that I played this year, but sadly didn't make it in the list. And those games are Super Mario Odyssey. It was really fun, but I felt like the story wasn't as long as the other 3D Mario games like Sunshine or 64. And there's Duck Game. The game lets you quack. Enough said. And also there's BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, which was a fun fighting game that included some of my favorite characters like Ruby Rose and Weiss from the anime Ruby. And also there's Kirby Star Allies, which is really fun to play if you have a friend playing with you. And there's Soul Calibur 6, which has a really fun story this time. And of course, since it's Soul Calibur, has a very creative character creation, which can cause a lot of shenanigans. And I also wanted to give a brief mention to Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 Final Remix, which I didn't get around to playing till this year, but I didn't feel like putting it in the actual list because it's just a collection of games that I've already played before 100 times over. And if I did put it in the list, it'd probably go up to number 2 or 1, like, automatically. But anyway, let's move on to my number 1 spot.
Number 1!
And now, for my number 1 favorite game I played this year. If you know me well enough, then you know that it could have only been a single game. And that game is, well, you see it in the background. It's The World Ends With You Final Remix on the Nintendo Switch. Oh boy, do I love this game. Not only is this the game that got me into Square Enix games in general, but this game also has so much style and such great music. And the characters in this game actually have very relatable personalities that feel like they're real people for once. Not to say that Square Enix characters don't have relatable personalities, but they kinda don't. Well, most of the time anyway. But not only does this game have a very unique and fun combat system, but it has a very unique concepts as well, like using pins to fight. How there's so many pins, like over 300 pins in the game that all offer you different kinds of abilities in combat. And how you can control 2 characters at once to dispatch the enemies. Though in the Switch version you have to put it on co-op mode to do that. But the Switch version made it very unique as well, how you had just one screen, but you could still control 2 characters if you hold both controllers. The Switch version also added a bunch of extra content, and extra music, and extra pins, and also added a whole entire, like, extra day. And this day completely blew my mind. It was so disorienting and different, but at the same time, it basically confirmed that they're probably going to make a sequel, because oh my god, the way it ends is just so surprising, and it ends on a huge cliffhanger. I think this time for sure they're actually thinking about making a sequel for once. People have been speculating this for years, but now it's not any more clear than it ever has been. I think there's definitely going to be a sequel, and that's going to be just so amazing when it comes out, or at least I hope so. But anyway, that's all for this list. So that was my top 5 favorite games of 2018. Now I know most of these games were Nintendo, but Nintendo made a lot of good games this year, and technically last year as well. But I can't wait till next year, because oh boy is there going to be such great games coming out next year. I'm looking at you, Kingdom Hearts 3. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to smash that subscribe button that's right there in the middle. And if you want to follow us on Facebook, the link will be in the description down below. And make sure to leave in the comments what your favorite games were this year. But anyway, this was Mode Select, and I'm Shadow, and I hope you guys have a happy new year. Signing out. Bye!